Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're working on the Juke, and this time we got some performance parts. Let's check it out. So, slight performance, if you will. Nothing hardcore, but I'm pretty excited about it. So we are checking out this bad boy. Just got it back, just got it in the mail from Fast Religion. Let's open them up and see what we got. So here we go, guys. Let's do an unboxing real quick. If you can't tell, some Mishimoto performance cooling products. So what could that be other than an intercooler? That's right, we are upgrading the intercooler to be a front mount intercooler. I purchased this from Fast Religion. Matt over there, awesome guy, been doing custom work for Jukes for a long time. And so, hey, I mean, he even has a video on how to put something like this together, or even do it yourself. But hey, since he already put the hard work in on the piping and the type of intercooler we need, might as well help support him as he's helping support us in our performance journey. So awesome stuff out there, Fast Religion. Keep doing your thing. So let's unbox this thing and see what it looks like. Get this all the way open here with one hand as best I can. There it is, nice and stamped. Let's see if I can pull this out without damaging it. Oh, there we go. There it is. Nice Mishimoto intercooler there. Stamped branding, that's really cool. Awesome, yeah, that looks nice and clean. We'll pull this out the bag and all that. Nothing else in there. Let's check out the custom piping that he's given us. I've seen his video to where he actually cuts and shows you how to do this for yourself. But like I said, he's already put that effort in, and you can actually get it on his website. Buy this separately or buy the intercooler separately. I went and got both kits, so that's less work for me. Awesome stuff. He's got his custom brackets that he makes for us so we can mount it so it's secure. Looks like we got all the pieces here, all the couplers and everything. So let's go ahead and install this bad boy. Well, first we gotta take the stock one out. The stock one sits right here, right there. That's the stock intercooler. As you can see, only about, I don't know, 3 inches of the intercooler is actually hitting cold air. So this is going to be a front mount cold air intercooler, which is going to be pretty nice because you're going to see that right in here. And stay tuned because I might actually do a little custom work on it to make it pop even more. So let's get to it. We got to get the front bumper off. Now, these clips on these bumpers are pretty fragile, so kind of take your time with it, especially the clips on the these pieces here. So to start off, you got a clip here, here, and here. This is the first gen Nismo, if you guys didn't know. So that'll get that done. But like I say, the sensitive clips on the side, you have on both sides the clip here. Then on the inside, you have a clip here. And then I've actually broken my clip that's up under here, so I don't have to do that one. So that'll loosen out this whole piece, and then you can pop off the clips. That should be one here. There's like a pop clip, you know. The one you have to worry about is the one right here. This one is a smaller white clip, and I'll show you that. Don't want to break that. I have broken this one over here. You can kind of see a bit of a gap in it, you know, but it is what it is. You kind of do that. And then underneath you have some 10mm bolts, so all the way through it. One here, and you know, all through. You got one there. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you can slowly kind of detach it, but don't take it off all the way, because if you have the Nismo edition, you have these fog lamps, daytime running lights, and they're attached with a harness. So if you let it fall, you could end up accidentally ripping your harness, and these are pretty expensive to replace. So be careful with that. Make sure you unclip it before you actually pull the front bumper all the way off. off. Came off pretty simple. I forgot there are 2 other 10mm bolts on the sides of each panel, and I've left those bolts off because I've taken this thing off so many times. So I was like, forget it, I'm just leave those 2 off. The rest of the clips can hold it up. So I actually do, what I like to do is I have all my assorted nuts and bolts and stuff like that just laying out in the same position that they came off in, so that way I don't lose any and misplace any like that. But yeah, I was going to tell you guys, so over here is where that screw, I don't know if you can see it in here, let me get over, it's right there. I left those out because it makes it so much easier to get to, because that way you don't pull on this too much. It's only got so much flex before it'll break. I did break the clip on the other side, which is why I know this. So you see it's broken in there. But anyway, you get all that stuff off. Bumper comes off real nice and easy. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to lay out the tubing. Fast Religion shows how to put all these pieces together and how they'll line up. Then we'll kind of mock up, hang them and things. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to try and remove the stock intercooler, loosen up these hose clamps and undo it from down there. And he says that you're supposed to lower or drop down, I guess, this radiator support beam, so that we can bring it from the bottom. So gonna figure all that stuff out and kind of do it as we go. By the way, here is my CVT cooler. You can see that there, and how I got it connected. Remember the last video I said it was leaking all through here? I just used a heat gun to heat it up and used some brake cleaner as lubricant, and it slid on with a little effort. But yeah, that's the intercooler there. I guess my big old horn is kind of covering up some of it, but it seems to be doing okay. No issues as of yet, I've noticed. So let's get to working. All right, we're gonna lay all these piping out, see what we got here all together, and configure it in a way that makes sense. So all the hardware that we'll need to get it to mount, some more piping, some couplers, and more couplers. Alright, a straight pipe there, and worm clips. He does have on the website, you can do Greddy clips. I think they're like 30, maybe 20 bucks more. That looks like that's about it in there. That sensor, it's your temperature sensor. So I'm assuming it's the one that tells you what temperature it is outside. So we pop that off, and then we're going to zip tie this right here. A little too tight. I'm trying to bring out the big guns. I'm not fighting with this all day. Alright, it's off. And it's gross. Alright guys, so next we gotta remove the intercooler from the top position. Just remove your cover if you still have it. And it's, you know, this clamp here and this clamp here, you're going to undo, and then it should just basically drop out and free everything up. I do have a new charge pipe and upper housing piping coming as well. So in the meantime, I'll just do that off camera and you guys can see the full-fledged outlook, you know, because I don't think those parts are going to show up until maybe next week. So meantime, everything else will be plugged up. So let's go ahead and drop the stock intercooler. Be careful, just in case something goes wrong. You want to still have your stock system, you know, to put back on. And there we go. Not too bad. Alright, I got it all laid out. This is the configuration it should go in. I'll get these booted on out the plastic and put the worm clamps on. I won't tighten them all the way, just loose enough to where I can still kind of finagle it into position. On Fast Religion's video, they don't really show exactly how these brackets go on. He does say this longer one is for driver side, the shorter one is for passenger, but the bolts on here are two different sizes. So these little ones, I'm assuming, go here in the small hole, and then the big bolts go in the big hole, obviously with the washers. But as far as where to mount them, these big bolts will go here. There's 3 holes. Obviously one here for the passenger, one here for the driver's side, so that's good to go. But these little bolts, he doesn't really quite explain where those go. So looking on the support column here that we took off, the existing hole here looks like that will fit perfectly for the bigger gold bolt. And then if I take this knob off and move it out the way, there's 2 little holes here, one there and one there, and it fits perfect there. So once we get it all buttoned up, let's see if I'm right. I'm pretty sure that's where it will go, because those are the 2 mounting spots for the existing equipment. Alright, all put together, all the piping went on smoothly for the most part. These ends are actually really tough to get on. I just used a little bit of my silicone spray and got it to kind of squeeze on there. I like using that because it kind of absorbs into the couplers, unlike WD-40, how it stays a little greasy. But anyway, got it all on there, should fit right on up. But as you can tell, the configuration is a little backwards. That's because, like I told you earlier, I had a little surprise for this. Got it all prepped out. I'm gonna use some spray adhesive to get my templates all, you know, attached onto the front mount intercooler. I'm gonna use this is some extra paint I had laying around from when I, you know, spray painted our fire pit. So I'm gonna use this. It's black, should work good. And then I'm gonna use this gloss red. Red pepper is what it's called. It doesn't matter which colors, you know, for real, just black and red. And attach that to the front mount intercooler, spray it down, and we should be good to go. All right, so this is all dry now. Let's see if I can unwrap this and check out the reveal. Try to do this with one hand. So far it looks like it came out pretty good. And there it is, all done, all together. Looks super clean. Hopefully it's gonna show up pretty nicely, but you know, add a custom touch to it. So there it is. This is the correct configuration. We're gonna button this up on here, and that should be pretty much it for today. I think so. You know, we'll come back later, go ahead and time lapse this for you, and we'll do a test drive, make sure I got no air leaks, anything like that, and we'll be good to go. One thing that I will give you caution to, Fast Religion doesn't mention this on his website, nor does it mention it on his video, but let me show you here. Your existing hose here, you're going to still want to keep that. So this hose, where are we at? Right there. This hose right here, your stock hose, you're going to want to keep this because it doesn't come with a section for this. I thought I was missing the coupler, but I wasn't. It's actually just you just can use that piece. So when you're putting the kit together, just retain that piece. It comes right off of your stock, port. Here it is, this one here. So looks like that is how it's supposed to be. So I use that. I'll button all these up. We should be good to go, but for the most part, it looks pretty dang nice. All right, so I got the stock one off here. I had to do a special order coupler there. So Mishimoto, it is 2.25 here and 2.75 dimensions there, but this one is actually 2.50. So if you're looking for one, that would be a perfect size. I had to use a little WD-40 persuasion, but got it on there. So here's the stock one. You just unplug your thermostat. I think that's a thermostat heater sensor. Undo this bolt and undo the hose for the blow-off valve and this one as well. And then you just swap them over. And let me get this on, and then we can actually take this pipe off as well. I will show you here the support pieces that you have to attach. So this is the small side. So I got, this is a 19 millimeter bolt right here. This one here was a 10 millimeter bolt, I believe, or a 13 millimeter. This is 13 millimeter. And it just attaches into the bracket behind this piece here. And it's a wing or locking nut. So that went really good. And then you have this piece here, same deal. It is a 19 millimeter, and I chose to put it through this bracket here. As you can see, it's two little holes that kind of sit on top of there, and I put it through there. So it looks pretty secure. I tightened it all the way up, and they look like it's not really going anywhere. So when you get this kit, if you get this kit from Fast Religion, that's how I ended up putting it together. So let's get the front bumper on and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, there it is, all put together. I did end up having to get special couplers. This one here was actually tough to source out since these pipings did not come with a kit. It was just the pipings by itself. I had to use or had to purchase separate piping. So finding the size of the throttle body was tough. I ended up deducing that it is 2.75 and this piping is a 2.25, and so that diameter is pretty tough. This one here, same diameter that came with the intercooler kit that Fast Religion provides. This one here I had to purchase off of eBay. This is a 2.50 and the same kit that he provides is a 2.50, so that was an easy connection. It was just finding this piece, but cleaned up real nice. This came originally black. I believe Injen provides a black one, a red one, and a chrome polished one. This one was black, this one was kind of polished, so I used some paint stripper and I just stripped it off and then sanded it with a 1000 grit to get it that nice brushed aluminum kind of feel. Still not as shiny as actually polished, but I think it looks good. Alright guys, that does it for this video. Thanks for watching. Check you out on the next one.